Let's make some sliders on my Ninja Woodfire Grill. So I've had the Ninja Woodfire Grill now for about a year, and I really love cooking on it because it is so huge and you can just get all of your cooking done at one time. Plus, I really like cooking outside. So today I'm going to be making some sliders out there, and I'm going to be using the Kirkland ground beef slider patties. These recently came out and I decided I should try them. I did make some last week, but I only gave them to my kids and they seemed to like them. So this week we adults are also going to be having these sliders. They are 2 ounces each and they come 32 in a pack. I think they were on sale for $10 and it is just pure beef in here. So the thing about buying burgers that are already frozen or formed into a patty, I don't like them so much because they're not seasoned. So what I did was I took about 6 or exactly 6 patties out and I put them on my defrosting tray, and then I'm just gonna mix them up with my own seasoning and then I'm gonna re-patty them. So let's do that first before we go out to the grill. Otherwise, you can absolutely just throw these burgers onto the grill frozen, but I just prefer not to do that. I like to cook my burgers from like a thawed out state, and also to make sure that they're already seasoned with my own favorite seasonings. Last week when I made these burgers, I did cook them from frozen and I seasoned them by flipping them over and then just seasoned the cook side, but I just like for my seasonings to be already mixed in there. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So my seasonings that I'm going to be using are Worcestershire sauce. I don't know exactly how to say this. I need to look this up. Everybody says it differently, but Worcestershire sauce. I heard somebody on TikTok call it Roy's sister Cherie sauce. I thought that was hilarious. It kind of does look like that. Whatever. It's Worcestershire sauce. This one's from H-E-B. I love H-E-B almost as much as I love Costco. And then everything else is pretty much from Costco. This is some garlic powder from Costco, of course, Kirkland seasoning. And actually, this is from Sam's Club. I got some black pepper, used a lot of that. So of course, everything is in bulk because I save a little bit of money on my spices. And then I have this onion powder. I don't know where I got that from, probably Costco. And finally, I'm going to be using this Weber gourmet burger seasoning, and you can buy this pretty much at any store. I'm pretty sure I got this one from H-E-B. And then whenever I'm dealing with raw meat, I like to use some gloves because I just don't always want to touch it. So I got a whole pack of these gloves that are food safe. They're safe for medical procedures, but I keep them for food, and I got those from Costco for a good deal. And then I've got my glass bowl here that I'm going to be using to mix up my ground beef. So first I am going to put on my gloves and throw the thawed out burger patties into my glass bowl. Okay, so this thawing tray really comes in handy, especially if you have a lot of frozen meats. So we have a deep freezer that's full of frozen meats, and sometimes I will take it out and thaw it in the refrigerator, but then I'll forget about it and not end up cooking it. So I can take frozen meats out the exact same day, maybe about 2 or 3 hours before, put them on this thawing tray, and they are thawed out within a couple of hours. So you don't even have to take the meat out overnight. You know, your mom's not going to get mad at you because you did not take the chicken out of the freezer. So get one of these thawing plates. It saved me a lot of money, and it saved me a lot of time when I don't know what exactly I want to cook first thing in the morning or the day before. I can make a decision and just have it thawing out in a couple of hours by using this thawing plate. Okay, so let's season my slider patties, and I'm going to try to reform them back into about the same size, about 2 ounces, but I'm not going to use a scale or anything. I'm just going to split them back up into 6 patties each. Okay, so I don't want to put my gloves onto my bottles, because then I'll have to sanitize my bottles. So I'm just gonna take one glove off and use one hand to season and one hand for now to mix. So the whatever this stuff is, I don't measure anything. I just, measure with my heart. I'm just gonna put some in here, until I feel like it's right. And this just keeps the burgers from getting dry. Same thing with the garlic powder. I just throw some in there until I feel that it's right. And onion powder too. Don't want to use the pour side, just the sprinkle side. That's good. And then for pepper, I do try to be conservative with the pepper because I don't want too much in there, because then my kids will say it's too spicy. So not too much pepper. And then the burger seasoning, which this contains salt, onion, spices, garlic, sugar, chili pepper, and then a few other little flavors and things to add color. I'm gonna use as much of that as I want. And I'm not gonna put any salt in it because I don't want for them to be too salty either. Then I'm just gonna mix all of that up with my hands and then make some more patties. 6 patties again. Now that everything is all seasoned up, that looks too big. All right, here are my 6 reformed slider patties, and they're all kind of like different sizes. I'm sure that they're not all 2 ounces, but that's okay. The smallest ones will go to the smallest people in the house, and the bigger ones will go to the big people. So that is all seasoned and ready to go and put on the Woodfire grill. First, we have to go outside and put some wood chips in there and preheat the grill. So let's go do that. This is my Ninja Woodfire Pro XL grill, and I got this about a year ago. I think I spent about $400 on it, but it has been very well worth it. So quick tour. It takes wood pellets, so those wood pellets add flavor, and I'm going to be using these Kona wood pellets that I got off of Amazon. This device did come with some wood pellets, and Ninja does make their own wood pellets, and they prefer that you use those, but these were much cheaper and they work just as well. And then also it has this drip tray, and the one that came with the grill was actually just a piece of aluminum, so I ended up buying this silicone reusable tray on Amazon, and then you can just wash it and keep reusing it without having to throw the trays away. So that goes in the back. So it just goes in a little compartment in the back, and then it catches all of the grease. Next, I'm going to put the wood pellets into this little compartment that holds the wood pellets. And the grill itself did come with this little scoop so that it's a little bit easier to put them in. And I just use about a full scoop, no matter how much food I'm making. I just fill it up to make sure. A few more. That's good enough. And there's a little door back here that you open up and you put the pellets in there and close it up. Okay, so also this grill is completely electric. It does not create any fires, which is great, because if you have an apartment with a patio, you should be able to use this. It does create smoke, but there is no open flame. So if you have an apartment and you want to be able to cook outside, this is a really good thing to get, because it adds so much flavor to your food without starting a fire or violating any apartment rules. The other thing about this grill, is that it is the Pro XL version, so it has a couple of extra features like Bluetooth, and also you can measure the temperature of your meats via Bluetooth, so that is really helpful and useful. But the one thing that I really like about it, and I think that this is available for all of the Woodfire grills, even if you don't get the Pro XL version, it has the app. So I can turn on the grill from outside, and then I'm going to heat it up, and the app will tell me when the grill is heated up and ready for me to cook on it. So it comes with a lot of different options, and it even gives you recipes and ideas for how long to cook different types of meats, but I usually just make up my own thing. One thing that I like to do is to set the grill time to at least 60 minutes, because I know that it won't take me 60 minutes, but I also don't want for the grill to shut off before my food is done cooking. So if you use one of the recipes, it might set the grill to be on for a specific amount of time, but if you just set it to a maximum amount of time that you think you're going to need, then that grill won't shut off, and you could just shut it off on your own. So for me, I am going to use the grill function. I think I'm going to just use a medium temperature. It gets pretty hot, and then I am going to put it on 1 hour, even though it's probably going to take me about 10 minutes to cook the burgers. I just like that extra time in case maybe I decide I want to cook something else. So I'm going to hit save settings on here. And then it has the option to turn on the Woodfire flavor technology. So that's not always on for every setting. It does work automatically for the smoker setting, but you can turn it on and off as you please. So I'm going to turn that on because I did put wood chips in here. And then you can just hit start ignition right here on the app. And it reminds you to use a certain type of grill plate and the grease tray. Okay, so it's saying to use the grill plate, and the grill plate does come with this Ninja Woodfire, but I am going to be using the griddle plate, which I purchased separately. So that's just a flat plate, and it's flat and smooth. I've also used this plate to cook breakfast foods, so it comes in handy and it's very versatile. And I don't always like the grill plate because it's got those ridges and it can be just a little bit more difficult to clean, but it doesn't matter. Even though it's telling me to use the grill plate, I'm going to use my griddle plate. So I just hit done and it should be starting. It does start all on its own, so it's starting to heat up. And on the app here, it's telling me how far along it is. It's letting me know the progress of heating up. So while that's heating up, I'll let you know some of the other things that I have cooked with my Ninja Woodfire Pro XL. I have made steaks, I have made an entire spatchcock chicken, and I've made breakfast foods including eggs, pancakes, bacon, and French toast. It has an air fryer function where you can air fry your food. I don't think that's necessary because I do have, of course, the Ninja air fryer, so I'm not going to come outside and air fry on this thing unless I have a whole lot of cooking to do. Oh, and I've made ribs on it, so that was probably one of my first recipes that I made on it. I did make some pork ribs and they came out excellent. So I also have a charcoal grill, but just heating up charcoal and cooking on a charcoal grill, it can be very time consuming. So if I just want to come home really fast and make a quick dinner, it's just easier to use this electric wood fire grill. So you get the same flavor, but you get to save a lot of time and also work. The plates are dishwasher safe. I don't know if they advertise them that way. I do think you are supposed to hand wash them, but I throw everything in the dishwasher and it's come out just fine. It's very easy to clean, and it does create a whole lot of smoke. So usually I would not be out here in these clothes with my hair out like this, but these are the clothes that I've been wearing all day, so that's fine. And then I would usually put a shower cap over my hair because the smoke smell does really get into your hair, but it is time for me to wash my hair, so I'm fine, and I'm not going to wear a shower cap on camera. So that is why I'm just going with it today. But after I'm done cooking, I'm pretty sure I'm going to smell like smoking burgers, so whatever. It's already starting to smell like smoke. Something I would suggest you have when you purchase one of these is a pair of heat resistant gloves or oven mitts. regular oven mitts will be just fine, but I did buy these because they've got the little fingers and it just makes it easier to touch stuff, and I just wanted them. So it gets very, very hot. So if you're opening up this lid, you do need to be wearing gloves or it might melt the skin off of your hands. I already made that mistake once, not using gloves. So make sure that you use gloves whenever you are cooking on this grill. And the only negative that I would say about this grill is that it does take quite a while to heat up, maybe about 10 minutes. So even though you are saving a little bit of time, it just takes a while to heat up, but I don't have to like sit out here and watch a fire or make sure that, you know, the grass doesn't catch fire or anything like that. So I could just go in the house and keep prepping my food. I don't have to stay out here for it. So I'll let that heat up and then I will be back out with the burgers. Okay, I got a notification on my phone that the grill is preheated, and also if you have an Apple Watch, that notification will go to your watch, so that let me know to come outside and to get my food and start cooking. So I'm going to put my gloves on so that I don't get burnt. Okay, let's open it up. And lots of smoke is coming out, and I have my little stand too close to the wall, so it's not allowing me to open the lid all the way. So let's try that again. Open it up. Still not open all the way, but it's good enough so that I can put the burgers on here. But I'll just show you anyway how far it does open, you know, all the way. Plenty of space. But I don't want to move it too far away from the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and put my burgers on here. And I love that I can fit all 6 of them on here at the same time. If I was cooking indoors, usually I could maybe fit about 4 of them on my skillet. But here I can fit all 6. And last week, I did make some full-size burgers, and I could only fit 2 of them into my skillet at one time. So, no, actually I could only fit 1 of them into my skillet because they were so big. But here I know I could fit at least 4 full-size burgers on there at one time. So, once you have the food on there and it senses that you have the food on there, it will tell you to shut the lid. And that timer will start to count down automatically. But it won't take but maybe about 5 or 7 minutes for me to cook these fully. So for now I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab a separate spatula since I just handled the raw meat with that spatula, and then I will be back to flip them. Alright, they've been cooking for 2 minutes, so I'm going to check the progress and put my gloves on first, or at least one glove, so that my hand doesn't get burnt. Ooh, I smashed that one too soon and it split apart. So they're already brown on the cooked side. So I know it's only going to take a couple more minutes for these to cook all the way. And I'm going to smash them down just a little bit so that they're not like super thick. And they're also not little teeny tiny shriveled up chunky circles. Alright, now let those cook for maybe about another 3 minutes and they'll be all ready. So it's super fast and easy, and it's just one cooking time and all done. I don't have to keep on taking stuff off the pan and putting it back on. That's a lot of work. So this just makes it so much easier to cook a full meal really fast. Okay, it's been about 6 minutes and I'm going to check the progress of my burgers, put my gloves on, because I almost keep forgetting that I don't want to burn the skin off of my hand. But let's see how these look. I think they're done after 6 minutes. I'm going to flip them over and see if the second side is brown. Yep, it is. So these are all done that fast. I'm just going to smash them to make sure that they're as flat as they could be, and make sure that no red juices are running out, and they're not. So I'm ready to take these inside and put them on a bun and serve them to my family. And there's a lot of grease on here, so you don't have to leave the grease on here and then just wait for it to dry up or anything and then go clean it. It has this little hole, the tray has this little hole that you can push the grease down into or any type of extra food down into, and it goes into the drip tray, so that way you don't have to take your greasy griddle into the house and try to clean it up in your sink. So I do that while the grease is still liquid. And then it'll just make it easier for me when I'm ready to wash my griddle. Okay, that should do it, and I can now turn off the grill. It only took me 6 minutes, even though I set the grill for a whole 60 minutes, just in case, you know. You never know, maybe I was gonna decide to have a cookout at the last minute, and maybe I could have used those extra 54 minutes, but I didn't, so didn't hurt anything. So now I'm just gonna take these in the house and put them on the bun, and we'll be done. Dinner will be ready. So here's what the finished burgers look like in regular light, and they are very well brown, very well done, just the way we like them. And I am going to be using some sweet Hawaiian slider rolls. These are from Walmart Sam's Choice brand. I usually use a brioche roll, but Walmart didn't have them in slider size, and I also did not feel like stopping by Aldi, so these will do for now. And I'm going to be making them cheeseburgers, so of course I've got my cheddar cheese. This is sharp cheddar. And first I'm going to make the little kitty burgers by using the smallest burgers for my little ones, because they probably won't eat them anyway, but you know, it's worth a try. And then they don't like cheese on their burgers, so I'm going to put the cheese on the side. Each one of them will get a half of a slice of cheese. I'm going to make it into squares just in case they do decide to put them on their sliders. And then to make it a little healthy, I'm going to give them some grapes because it's Saturday and they probably have not had a single piece of fruit today. So let's do that. I'll chop them up because they are still little people and they can't have whole grapes yet, according to me. Not until they're like 16, then they can have whole grapes. But until they're 16, they're gonna have quartered grapes and quartered hot dogs, if I even let them have hot dogs. Dinner's ready for the little people, so here's my 5-year-old's plate, and here is my 2-year-old's plate. So now I'm just gonna make our adult plates, and I'm only gonna have one because I recently had a sandwich a few hours ago, so I'm really not that hungry, so I'm just gonna have one slider, and then I will give my husband 2 sliders, and then we'll just save the other one for tomorrow, or in case anybody wants a second or third slider. And then for our burgers, I will put the cheese on top, and since it's cold, I will just, you know, melt it in the microwave. One of my other favorite appliances. So I really have a thing for appliances. I really like buying kitchen appliances. I'm going to do some other videos on my other appliances, including my espresso maker that I bought last year, my Ninja Crispy that I recently bought a couple of weeks ago. Everybody knows about the KitchenAid stand mixer. I don't feel the need to do any type of video on that because I don't even use it that often, but it's just a staple in every kitchen. You have to have a KitchenAid stand mixer on your counter if you are a chef or a home chef like myself. What else do we have? Oh, a Vitamix. We've had our Vitamix for about 7 years now, and it is still going strong. It's really great. So I just love appliances. I just have to have one. Anytime a new one comes out, I just have to have it. So yeah, that's one of my things that I like to buy. But anyway, our dinner is ready for Saturday night, and I better get it to everyone. So that is my quick review and tutorial of how to use a Ninja Woodfire Grill. You can get it in the Pro XL size if you have a lot of people to cook for, or even if you just want the extra space, or you can get it in the normal size. So check it out. And if you like this video, then like this video, and hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.